All right, friends, I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna start showcasing a vehicle of the week. This one here in particular is a beautiful one. This is a 2011 Nissan Maxima, super low miles. The couple that traded it in, super friendly. They traded in for a Jeep, but this guy babied this thing. Again, super low miles. You can see how well clean it is, how well kept it is. If I just circle and you see the nice boomerang style headlights that wrap around. You've got the turning signal here in this side of the side view as well. You've got Nissan's intelligent key, so you got the button here on the handle. Got the back door opened up so you can see that interior, that really light, nice leather interior. Going towards the back. Not much information I can say about a trunk, but you do have a lot of room. Plus, if I pull this down, you're going to have your backup camera right there, if it'll focus in. I apologize if it doesn't. There we go. So there's your backup camera. I'm going to close that up. You do have Nissan's signature logo there, along with the badging that shows it's a Maxima. So you got that sports appeal to it, but you do have a little bit of family cushiness to it as well. Let's see if I can step back a little bit. I apologize if the wind is going, but it's one of the few nice days that we've had lately. Now this does have one thing that I've never seen on another Maxima, really another car, or any other vehicle for that fact, but I'll share that with you at the end, so I'm going to keep you in suspense. Now, if you go to the door, you do have something as well. So you've got the Auto Express windows, not just on the driver, not just on the driver and the passenger, but you've got all four windows. So you've got that piece where you can one touch all the way down, no problem. You've got the power locks. You do have two driver memory here as well. Going over to the driver's seats, you do have your power seats. Plus, the really cool thing with this one as well is that if you're on a longer drive, Nissan has taken that into consideration. So it's going to be curved a little on the inside here and here. So it's going to give you that support to help relieve any kind of lower back fatigue, any hip fatigue. It's going to make it a lot more comfortable drive. Plus, if you notice this piece here looks a little separated, there's a handle just down here that you can pull that out, and it's going to help support your legs, really, to give you a lot more comfortable ride. And the really cool thing with Nissan is that they're very customer forward, customer focused when it comes to safety, when it comes to looks, comfort, convenience, and when it comes to pricing as well. And that safety aspect, you're going to notice that they've got the airbag here on the side of the seat instead of the pillar as well. Now you still have your airbag up here for the curtain, so it's going to protect your head and your neck, but you've got the airbag here. That way, no matter how you're riding, who's riding, back, forth, tall, short, no matter where they're at, you're going to have the airbag right there with you at all times. Try not to go so fast and get you sick, but over here you do have your traction control buttons here, which I know people don't poke it unless they're absolutely stuck in the snow or the mud. You've got your side views here, heated steering wheel. There's that trunk button as well, and you've got a little charging port here as well. You can put your key in to help keep that charge for that battery, make it last a little longer. Steering wheel wise, you do have your tilt and telescoping steering wheel button here. Move that up and down and in and out, so you can get that perfect adjustment right where you need to be. You've got a button up here. This is your dad button, your driver's assist display. So it's going to cycle through some of the options that you can look at, some information, and I'll show you that once the car is on. You do have automatic headlights here. Steering wheel mounted controls. So you've got your source button. If it focuses, there you go. There's your source button. That's going to flip between your AM, FM, Sirius. There's going to be to go between your presets. There's your back button, volume. And there's for your hands-free Bluetooth phone. Cruise controls over here on this other side. Wiper stalk is on the other side, just like any other vehicle. Mostly any other vehicle anyway. The really cool thing with this is it is automatic, but you can also shift it once you're down into drive. You can push it over and go into manual. So you can move it up and down here to change your gears, or if you want to give a more sporty feel, you've got your paddle shifters here and one on the other side. So you don't have to take your hands off the wheel, and really kind of give you that nice sports mode feel to it. I'm going to pan up. You do have your moonroof, sunroof piece 1 and 2. So front and back. It's going to let a lot of light in here, especially with the lighter interior. It's going to make it seem a lot roomier. And it's roomy and comfy already, but it just makes it seem a little bit bigger. Got the nice two-tone piece to it, so the colors really pop and stand out. And that's really part of Nissan's fit and finish. And the thing with the fit and finish is that, yeah, the new cars are going to seem like they're new for the first 1, 2, 3 years. They're going to drive like it, they're going to sound like it. But where Nissan's innovation comes through and really put a lot of the care and the people forward aspect into it, is that they're going to have that fit and finish. I'm going to turn the camera so I can actually look at you and talk to you. So the fit and finish piece is saying that after year 3, when you get into the years when the vehicles are going to start making those really weird creaks and squeaks, that kind of thing, with Nissan, it's going to be year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. Again, this is a 2011, and you're seeing so far that the thing is clean. And that's the really important part where Nissan wants to show people, is that because of that fit and finish, it's going to ride like it's been new. I mean, to me, this vehicle seems like it's been on the lot, like brand new, like last week, if that. Just because it is, and yet it is one of those things where you take care of it, it'll take care of you, but it's a lot easier with Nissan just because of that. And you'll continue to see it through this. You don't have any of those little frays. You don't have the weird ticks from the engine, and that's mostly due to that CVT as well, that continuous variable transmission that the engine has got. That CVT is instead of having that fixed gear ratio that a lot of the other vehicles are going to have, where you can see the RPM needle bounce up and down, you can hear it, you can feel it. The CVT doesn't have that. The CVT has been perfected. Their innovation that they put into it says that essentially with that transmission, you're going to have an infinite amount of gears. You're always going to be in the optimum power band to give you that fuel economy, but to give you that power that you want and that you need as well. So with that, you're also going to have timing chain instead of a timing belt. That chain essentially is going to give you no worries. It's going to be maintenance free, and you don't have to replace it either. Now, I'm not a mechanic by any means, so I don't want to delve too much into that stuff. But at least those are some of the pieces that I know, and that I know that Nissan really wants people to know about. And it's the same thing about knowing it, is that you don't see a lot of Nissan commercials just because they're not putting so much money into the advertising as they are putting it into the vehicles and making sure that people have a vehicle that they love. There's not a whole lot of people that I know that once they get into a Nissan, they get out of it and into something else. I'm not saying that people don't do that. You know, people have their ideas time and time again. But I'm getting long-winded here, and I apologize. But I guess long story short is that that Nissan makes a phenomenal product. And here at Dubuque Auto Plaza, we've got phenomenal product and a phenomenal place as well. And I'll delve into that into a different video, that's things that set us apart from other dealers. But I want to focus more on this car again, so I'm going to turn the camera back around and actually turn it on. So it is that push button start. If you're not familiar with it, foot on the brake, just poke the button. So you can see it's definitely got very low miles on it. There's that dad button right there, that driver's assist display. So I'm going to poke that and cycle through. So you've got your average miles per gallon, miles per hour. There's your time, your miles, there's your range, 251 miles to go before we run out of gas. We're definitely not going to be driving 251 miles but it's nice to know that way you've got your fuel gauge and you've got that button as well. Outside temperature, 59 degrees outside, beautiful, far cry from what we've had. You've got your settings. There's no warnings, but if there was a warning, it'd be like the doors open or something like that. Your radio is here. There's your CD player. You do have AM, FM. There's your satellite disc, and there's actually a piece with that I'll tell you here at the very end. You do have your buttons here for your HVAC, your heat, ventilation, air conditioning. You've got your recycled air, your fresh air here. You've got I've got the AC on right now just because it is nice and cool breeze, but you do have dual climate control as well. So you've got driver and you've got passenger over here. So if your passenger is one of those people that's always cold, they can crank it to 90 and you can be quite comfortable at 60, 65 degrees. You do have your front and your rear defroster as well. And along with that rear window, there's a really cool function as well. So you've got your lights and your moonroof, sunroof piece there as well. But when I scroll down to here, you've got a button smack here in the middle. This is up and down. If I poke that up button, we're going to the back window, and there's a shade that's going to block a lot of stuff out. I'll poke the down button. You can see exactly how it opens and closes. It's going to fold right down and give you some more light in the back. Along with these seats and the buttons up here at the front, you'd have heated seats. So your driver's going to have high and low, and your driver's going to have heated, but they're also going to have air-conditioned seats as well. So no matter what time of year, you can have a nice, comfortable backside. We'll put it that. We're going to play it safe. Your screen's up here. You do have your status. You can zoom in and out of your map. There is navigation here. There's your destination, your route. We're already on the map button. There's for your phone. There's for your info, so you can cycle through whether you have fuel economy, your weather updates, map updates. There's your settings there, so you can go through your auto, your Bluetooth. You can set that up here. You can change the clock there. I'm going to hit the back button, so we're going to go back to our map. There's your big dial here that you can zoom in or out. Kind of depends on where you want to go. Plus, you can use the buttons there. And you do have voice commands in here as well. So you just poke that button, and you can say where you want to go. Now, the one piece in here that not a lot of the vehicles have then, the really different piece, it does have what is called a music box. The gentleman that traded this in was telling me about it, that you can put a CD in and essentially it will it'll download that CD and keep it on the radio, or at least really essentially store it. So everything will be nice for you, so you don't have to put that CD in. A really cool function that it's got. You do have your home link buttons up here as well on the driver's side, essentially on the rear view mirror. And you've got lots of storage in here as well. So you've got the button here, open that up, open that up. So you've got your storage, but you've also got that nice clean finish line here as well. So, I invite you to come swing through, look at a lot of the options that this has got that I haven't shared with you today. But I'm gonna swing this back around. I'm getting out of breath here, and I've talked a lot to you guys. I appreciate you sticking with me to this very end point. But come check me out, come check this car out, and I will see you guys here very soon. Bye-bye.